All right, bro. You hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
So, first and foremost, man, we already start rolling. So, what I really want to hear is I just want to, because, niggas in our hood, there's a lot of undercover dudes that a lot of psychological trauma from their past that they be hiding. A lot of dudes have been to prison, been up north, been to juvenile.
Yes.
So, a lot of dudes don't necessarily be taking heed to what be going on with these dudes, you know?
Exactly.
So, I just want to know, before I even get into what goes on with the dudes, tell me one of your experiences where you ran into one of these dudes. Tell me exactly what happened, start to finish, okay?
Start to finish, one of these fake gangsters that I ran into.
First of all, where you from? Where you from? Born and raised at?
I was born in Harlem, raised in and out of the foster care system, and I made my bones in Brooklyn, Brownsville Park. Brownsville Park, 1865 Park Place.
Saratoga?
Saratoga, yes.
Right.
Saratoga between Eastern Park, no, Park Place between Saratoga and Eastern Parkway.
So you're on this block, you're coming up with dudes.
Yes.
Just tell me the type of dudes that's from that neighborhood. What kind of dudes?
My son Ronnie Ron, rest in peace. Rail. My son Dion, my son Nate Boy that I'm speaking to right now, my son B.O. that I'm loped in with, Butter Rose, DJ Dennis Rose, a.k.a. Mike Rose, a.k.a.
Right, exactly. So, coming up with these dudes, like, amongst these dudes, how many of them dudes been to jail consistently? Like,
about 3.
3 of them, right? So, the particular time, the reason we having this conversation is because you ran into a dude from that block.
Yes.
That was institutionalized.
Yes.
Like, severely since he was, like, 11 years old.
Yes.
Young guy, actually, 10, 11, I remember the first, but 11 years old. So, you have a run-in with this dude. Tell me a little bit about the first run-in which you had with him before the conversation. Like, what was the first time?
Yes. The first time I had a run-in with homeboy ran into me. He just conversated. He took me under his wing. I thought everything was gravy. I thought everything was Dennis Woody. I mean, whatever the fuck.
Man, he's the rat, and he's home, and he do other things, so you can say his name. His name is what?
Woody. Let's talk about Woody.
All right, so the brother Woody. He kind of 48. What did young dude say? 48. They kind of 48'd you in a sense.
Yes, he took me under the wing. You know what I'm saying? He showed me the ropes of the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is coming to the block. He showed me the ropes under the hood. So I'm like, all right, maybe homeboy is good. Then he came at me left, and I'm crazy.
How long did it take for him to come at you left though? Like, how long did it take?
3 weeks.
3 weeks before him to come at you left.
3 weeks.
So tell me a little bit about that encounter.
That encounter was he tried to take my sneakers.
Yeah, he was a jail prisoner like that.
Yes, he tried to take my sneakers. We got into a little tiff. I don't know if you remember Eli.
I remember the brother. That's my man. You know that.
Eli came outside while we was getting in the tiff, and he only took one sneaker.
So you say he took one sneaker?
Yes, me and Eli and him got into a tiff, and he took one sneaker. But after that, he kept bullying me.
So what did he do with the one sneaker? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. You got to tell me that.
What he never gave his one sneaker back?
No, he never gave the one sneaker back. No.
Like, wow, that's weird.
He never gave the one sneaker back. No.
All right.
After that, truth be told, I was getting bullied on that block every day between him, Ronnie Ron, rest in peace, and I do hold Ronnie Ron daily, but they saw a weak one. And I wasn't from Brooklyn at the time. I wasn't from Brooklyn.
Right.
So, niggas treated me so. So, I rocked out until the shit reached to a point. And then, this is extra crazy. He tried to rape me.
So before we get to that, how did that happen though? Tell me how that happened.
The first time, Shiz dog, you remember Shiz?
Yeah.
Shiz dog sent me to the weed spot
right.
to go grab some bud. I went to go grab a nick for him. I went to go grab a Nick for me and a Nick for somebody. He had Lotto. That came Eli that lives in the crib. So I went to go buy some bugs. When we got to the corner, he was being a Puerto Rican nigga up that he raped on the rooftop already.
I heard about that story. I was locked up for that.
Yes, he was beating up the Puerto Rican nigga that he raped out on the rooftop already. I pulled up.
So he already had a history of this.
Yes, he already had a history of this. So I pulled up, and the homegirls was out there.
Mm-hmm.
We know who the homegirls are.
Piggy, all of them.
Yes, Piggy and all of them out there.
Okay.
So he tried to come at me left. I'm like, nah, fuck that nigga. I'm not giving you nothing. Shiz got happy. You know Shiz.
Yeah.
Shiz got happy. They're like, nah, Miz ain't with it no more. You're like, nah, Miz ain't with it no more. Nah, nigga, I'm not with it no more. What you want to do? And Woody tried to come at me crazy. I'm like, nah, cuz, what you want to do? Bro, come on. Let's come down the block. You're not going to do nothing to us no more.
Right, exactly.
So I tried to scrap. He took off.
Okay.
Real talk. I tried to scrap. He took off. After the fact, everything died down. Nothing crazy for about a month and a half.
Right, exactly.
Nothing for about a month and a half. You came home.
Yeah, I did.
You came home.
Right.
So one night, I'm coming back from the store on East New York and fucking Rockaway Ave, on the corner of East New York and Rockaway Ave.
Right.
I'm coming back from the corner store. He like, yo, bro, coming to the crib. I'm like, for what, nigga? He like, yo, listen, I need you to help me with the TV that's in the honeycomb. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we definitely had the honeycomb.
Yeah, he like
honey, drugs and all that.
Yeah, see, like, yo, I need you to help me with the TV that I hit in the honeycomb. Drag this shit out. I gotta buy it. I'm like, all right, say no more. So I come into the honeycomb with him. He's like, yo, come to the back. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, my nigga, this ain't even looking right. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I start walking to the back. I walk in front of him. I turn around. This nigga got his pants down with a fucking 2x4 in his hand, a razor.
Oh.
On gang, nigga.
So now, I don't want to stop you there. Let me stop you there. Crazy. So you turn around, this man. So you turn around, this man got this in his hand. Boom. What the fuck are you thinking? Before you get to the action, what's the first thing that's in your mind? What the fuck's in your mind? Man?
How I'm gonna finish with this bagel?
Huh?
How I'm gonna finish with this bagel? How I'm gonna finish with this bagel? Because this nigga, he got a razor in his hand. All right, I gotta get past him. He's in the door.
2x4.
Yeah, and a 2x4 in his hand.
Happen to get a 2x4 in Brownsville, but you got to.
Hey, this nigga got a 2x4 in his hand and a razor. I'm like, he's like, yo, cuz. He like, yo, bro, suck my dick. I'm like, what?
What the fuck? Wow.
He's like, yo, suck my dick. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, suck my dick. It took me 2 seconds. I'm like, all right, I'll suck your dick. Sit down.
What the?
I'm like, all right, I'll suck your dick. Sit down. So he goes to sit down. He swings the razor. Boom, he hits me. He hits me in my chin. I 2 pieces. Boom, boom.
That's how I remember that.
You know, he swings the razor. Boom, he hits me in my chin. I 2 pieces. Boom, boom. On my way out, he screams, yo, cuz, don't tell nobody about this. What? I'm telling everybody, nigga.
I remember that. I remember the face. I remember. But the crazy thing is, right, so as I stop you here, right, he already he went to jail for something prior to that for a dude who lived in that same group home. He went to jail for that, right?
Yes.
You remember
that.
About that story? That story I was locked up for. I came home a week or two before I came home from the adolescence in Rikers Island. Shout out to C-74 going to war. But I came home from there, shell shock, banged out of my mind, blooded out of my mind, and I'm just in a different zone. And I come home to my big homie with 2 official on the book rape stories. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know,
yes.
It's like crazy.
Super fact.
And
Super fact.
That's crazy. I come home. I'm, you know, I was in and out of jail since juvenile, so it was like thinking about that is like crazy.
You came straight to me, nigga.
I remember that. But
you came straight to me.
I remember. So my question is that this dude, so he did that. He ran out. What happened days after? I mean, like, what happened directly after that? Like, what was your
The
mind?
first nigga I took it to Mel.
Oh, shout out to the big fool blazing Billy Mel.
I took it to Mel. I took it to Mel. I'm like, yo, Mel, you know your bro did this to me last night. He like, yo, man, you bugging. I'm like, on guard, nigga. This nigga did this to me last night, cuz. He's like, yo, you dead serious? I'm like, I'm dead serious, nigga. This nigga tried to wild on me last night, cuz. He like, I can't believe that. I'm like, all right, pull that nigga up right now.
I can't lie. I couldn't believe it either. That's why I came to you, brother. I couldn't believe it either. Because we grew up with this nigga all our life. So I apologize if I ever made you feel like I didn't support you on. I ain't disbelieve it, but it was a tough fucking thing to believe. I have to admit. Until I seen that nick on your face. But go ahead.
I'm like, yo, pull that nigga up right now. You see the shit on my face? He like, yo, y'all ain't getting into no crap. You watched me try to fight this nigga about a month ago. He ain't want no smoke with me. After all this time bullying me, he didn't want no smoke in a real fight. Shit, ultimately, he didn't want to fight.
Most booty bandits and bullies, some of them could fight, don't get it twisted, but a lot of them were rather, you know, they just take it easily. They don't really want a struggle.
He didn't want no smoke with a nigga that was bullied every day.
Yeah, but he would rather you have given it, like the little Spanish dude, he would rather you have given it instead of struggling and going through all the issues and all that. But as funny as the story is, because it's funny as shit, I don't want to make light of nobody's struggles, but people forget and not understand that everything under the sun goes on in the hood, man.
Exactly.
And a lot of individuals are shell-shocked, brothers, because this particular brother you're talking about has been going to jail. I know this for a fact because I grew up under this brother.
Exactly. His whole life.
Jail. He's been going to jail since 11 years old. He had did so much juvenile time, I think juvenile kicked him out.
Listen, Piggy didn't even tell nobody that he raped her.
That's crazy, man. We're going to save that for another one. You know, that's a different conversation, but I understand that. And I understand he was going through issues. He was doing a lot of... Nah, he's a foul dude. I'm not even going to tell you this nigga not a foul nigga. Like, he's a foul nigga. But
nigga, you know he a foul nigga. He did you foul.
Yes, that's a fact. He's a rat. He told on me. You know what I mean? He almost cost me, you know, a quarter century of my life, you know? And that's just what it was, man. So I know the brother's foul. I know he's a limit. I know he's a buster. But I don't play with busters like that no more. And I barely play games up. But just the mere fact that, you know, in the climate of life now where a lot of these individuals be really low-key like that. A lot of dudes who do, the consistent dudes with that trauma, going back and forth to jail, prison, those dudes be having low-key booty bandit ways, man, on the low, man. And we gotta watch. We gotta watch our little boys around them.
That shit sound wacky, bro. That shit sound wacky, bro.
But it's life with nobody. See, the thing is, shit like this don't be talked about in the hood like that. They think shit like this only go on in prisons and juveniles and all that. Dudes,
these niggas come home, bro.
That's a fact. These
niggas come home, bro.
They do come home. So
these niggas is home doing the same shit, bro. There's a lot of niggas out there right now that got boinked. Let's keep it a whole yuck. It's a whole bunch of niggas out there right now that got boinked that's not telling nobody about nothing because the nigga that boinked them was a whole gangster.
That's a fact, man. Niggas, you know, not myself and not my man.
And I'm telling my story because the nigga ain't get a chance because he wasn't a whole gangster. This nigga was a whole pussy.
He was a buster. He's a buster.
This nigga was a whole buster, my nigga. This nigga was a whole pussy.
See, the thing is, he was a buster, but he was tough. So he was like,
he was tough. He was tough under y'all.
Yeah, but that's what made it hard to believe that he was like running around bully bandit because he'd been in jail so much. Like, that's like crazy. Like, for that. And then when that other little rape case came, I'm like, oh, you can't see one of the possible is all right. Like, all right, man, you might have that one. This may or may not be true, but when it's 2, 3 of
no, but then when it became me, nigga, and you actually liked me,
You my man. So I
exactly.
So the thing is this, so like the story got so out of hand. This happened. What year this happened? So people don't think that.
97.
Right. 98 really, because we was in juvenile.
Yes,
no,
yes, 98.
98, 90, because I was in
yes, yes.
We were 17. You were not, because we were the same age.
Yes.
You know, and this guy was like 28.
Yeah.
Oh man, he wasn't no kid. He wasn't no 18-year-old kid trying to for another 18-year-old kid.
Yes.
He was at minimum 6 years older than us.
Exactly.
This is not no game. So he was an experienced, you know what I mean, brother.
Roughhouser.
He done been to the penitentiary. He done been all around by that time. So he done been jailing for some time. So as we make a light of it, we also want to give understanding that this man he had a long history. And to end this, he got convicted in 2000 for the rape of
the Puerto Rican nigga.
Of the Puerto Rican dude, and he on lifetime sex offender status. You know,
because of the Puerto Rican nigga.
Because of the Puerto Rican dude, and he got, you know, because they found whatever they found. He's a lifetime sex offender for that.
Yes.
No, you can look him up and all that.
Yes.
Might even put his name in the description so we can look him up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Woodrow Wilson or some shit like that.
Woody Bratton. And Woody Bratton.
Whatever. Whatever you want to call that.
That's what he is. He's a rapist. Woody Bratton. You can look him up. New York, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? He'll come up. You know what I mean? Woody or Willie, whichever one.
Yeah. Well, you want to put him as.
But this wasn't to exploit you though, brother. It's funny.
Nigga, it doesn't hurt me, nigga. You know my body.
I know that. So that and you and I just want the record to know, you Crip, I'm Blood, and we did this around the same time, and we called
exactly.
We done been side by sides in wars together against Bloods, against Crips. That doesn't matter on our block. You don't bang on our block. You know, we might be banged on our block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that. But you know, we're in different spaces with ourselves now, but we from a real block, we from a real area, so. We don't really, you know, color bang and all that. And we was really come from the same houses together, sleeping in the same beds, eating out the same. You know, our family. And for one family member to betray us like that, and it's almost very like, damn, it's just thinking about what he might have done to other little boys. And that's just like crazy, man. That's why I'm starting to get a little different, because who knows what this dude did to little boys that trusted him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, who knows? Because that boy was damn, man. He had little sides to him and all that. So he was, you know, he was bigger when he first came home, but then he came home and
he started looking real small.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, man. Imagine when he had his little Hulk smash size, what type of foul shit he was doing to the little boys and all that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we're gonna end it like that. Gangsta on the pound, heart to heart. You know how we play gangsta, like, you know, we love it. We, you know what I mean? And we just gonna chalk that up to, you know, life experiences.
Nigga, I already know what the fuck didn't happen to me. Nigga, that shit don't hurt me at all. I know what didn't happen to me, nigga. That boy ain't touched me that crazy. It almost happened. I'm not gonna hold you. It almost did happen, nigga. If I was still a sucker, it might have still happened.
But the story's been going around, like, cause, you know, the only people who even know that story, they got to be from our block.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? And the only people, he ain't tell no motherfucking body. To be honest, had you not told anybody, nobody
would know.
It's not like he came and was like, yo, I almost raped the nigga Miz. Like, you know what I mean? He never even told nobody. So, to be honest, had you not said anything, that's what made it a little more believable, because it's not like he was like, you know what I mean? Nobody like seen it and none of that shit. So it's like you made mention of it. So that's how it went. But I'm gonna sign off, nigga. I love you to death, nigga. You know what's
Say no more. You're ready, nigga. You're ready.
Sound, baby.
Say no more, nigga.